My name is Caleb Gibson, and my job could potentially save your life. When you go to a hospital, how do you know that infusion pump that's attached to you is actually pumping out the correct amount of drugs? Or how do you know that X-ray system is taking accurate pictures of your body? Well, that's my job. I'm a biomedical equipment technician in the United States Air Force, or a BMET for short. And my career development courses actually state that my job is to make sure that medical equipment is safe, serviceable, and properly configured to meet the wartime and peacetime missions of the medical service. Now I'm going to briefly cover today the basics of the BMET career field, what our peacetime mission is, what our wartime mission is, and also what a unique medical equipment repair center mission is that some BMETs have to perform. But first off, I'll cover the peacetime mission of BMETs because it is what we spend most of our time doing. Now, during times of peace, BMETs are at their home stations maintaining the equipment inside the facilities there. Myself, I'm actually at Andrews Air Force Base right now with the 779th Medical Support Squadron. My unit's website actually states that we see 28,000 or over 28,000 patients a month. That means that those patients are seen using test equipment that myself and my coworkers maintain. Now, our Air Force Instruction 41201 actually states that patient critical items have to be inspected once every 6 months. These inspections involve using test equipment to make sure that the equipment is accurate and properly configured, but most importantly that it's safe to use on patients. When we're not maintaining medical equipment, we're also working on our career development courses. That's these large books right here. These books cover the basics of all the medical equipment that we're going to be working on, and also how it's used on patients. The later volumes also cover shop management techniques for higher ranking members so they can effectively manage shops when they reach those higher ranks. Now, all of this maintaining and training goes towards us preparing for our wartime mission. The wartime mission of BMETs is also to maintain test equipment, or maintain medical equipment. However, the medical equipment that we maintain while we're deployed changes significantly. In a deployed environment, the medical equipment is much smaller and more compact, so it can function in unique environments. Specifically, our impact ventilators, the technical literature for it says that the ventilator can function anywhere between 0 and 50,000 feet. That's because these ventilators must function on convoys and also on helicopters and then later medical evacuation aircraft for medical missions going to and from hospitals. Another way that our mission changes during wartime is also we have to become facility managers. We're not just responsible for medical equipment anymore, we're also responsible for the hospital itself. We have to maintain the electrical and plumbing in the hospital as well as the heating and air conditioning while we're deployed because we don't have civilian contractors to maintain it in deployed environments. And lastly, our job involves a lot of less coordination of maintenance when we're deployed. While we're stateside, we have the luxury of calling in civilian contractors to repair the more sophisticated systems in our hospital. However, when we're deployed, we don't have the luxury of doing that if our X-ray or anesthesia unit breaks down because we have to do it ourselves, which can make the job much more challenging. Now, I've covered the peacetime and the wartime mission of BMETs. However, I'm also going to cover the medical equipment repair center mission that our larger facilities have to perform. The larger hospitals throughout the world have medical equipment repair centers in them. These are larger BMET shops that have more BMETs with more sophisticated training and also more expensive test equipment to work on systems such as X-ray and anesthesia. Now, the smaller facilities throughout the world also have these units, but they don't have the manning or the test equipment to maintain them. So these medical equipment repair centers have to send out teams of BMETs with this specialized test equipment and training to help out the smaller facilities where they lack the manning and test equipment to maintain these units themselves. Now, in conclusion, I've covered that BMETs must ensure that equipment is safe, serviceable, and properly configured to meet the wartime and peacetime missions of the medical service. I've also covered briefly what BMET's jobs are, what their peacetime mission is, what their wartime mission is, and also the medical equipment repair center missions. I hope that you've gained an appreciation for the job that BMETs do because one day it could save your life. Thank you.